Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Monday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your weekly WWE Monday Night Raw Event Center report. And now here is the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode 1436. We're going to talk about the fallout of Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to tell you, this is also from last night, the Raw report, the Raw Event Center Wrestling report. It'll be the fallout from the King, Queen, and the Ring. And this is part one of it because part two will be on SmackDown. As you know, NXT will be preparing for Battleground Las Vegas. And tonight I think tonight will be, I think the 9th? Yeah, June 9th. Be Battleground Las Vegas. Alright, Ludwig Kaiser started off as ladies and gentlemen. He holds the microphone like Damien Sandow does, you know. It's like having like a Cavassier, you know. When people hold the mic like this, it's I would call it the Sandow method, but it's more like the wine glass method. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, he introduces Gunther. So Gunther addresses Damian Priest as he says he's got a title shot against Damian Priest at SummerSlam. But will it be against Damian Priest? Because Damian Priest comes up against Gunther, interrupts him, and basically says, you must be out of your basically, you know, Gunther and Priest will be a heck of a matchup. But Priest has another obstacle. Drew McIntyre interrupts Priest, and he's talking about, and still he's obsessed with CM Punk. Drew, if you're going to keep getting obsessed with CM Punk, you're not going to win the title in your home country, man. I mean, come on, Drew. Wake up. Let's go. Forget CM Punk. I'll deal with him when the time is right. Right now, the time is now for me to take that title. That's what he should be saying. When Clash of the Castle, I'm going to take you on, Damian Priest. You've been focused on Priest. No, they're focused on CM Punk. If I had not injured CM Punk, he'd be screwing around doing something to get him fired again. So you're welcome. Dude, why are you worried about CM Punk? Again. Worry about CM Punk when CM Punk gets back from his injury. Okay? Jeepers, Drew. Worry about getting that title. You want to have a moment. You want to have your moments. Me and Damian Priest starts mentioning, doesn't know Drew McIntyre's wife's name. He said, watch it. Yeah, if I were you, Drew, I'd be focused on CM Punk and not be focusing... if I were you, Drew, I'd be focusing on Damian Priest, not CM Punk. That's what I meant to say. Sheesh. Man, you focus on yourself on CM Punk and trying to get him removed. Look what happened. Oh man, unbelievable. So, anyways, then Braun Strowman interrupts all three men because Braun Strowman's looking for J.D. McDonough because J.D. McDonough and Finn Balor are hanging about, and then Braun Strowman against J.D. McDonough, and they were fighting, and Strowman was getting the upper hand until Carlito got involved, but during the matchup. But despite that, McDonough got picked up for like a momentous power slam. 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor and McDonough and Carlito were attacking. Were attacking him after the matchup, but then J.D. McDonough decided to use a steel chair. Like, that's gonna work, little man. Or Klingon head. Hey, look out for Lieutenant Worf. Anyways, yeah, old Lieutenant Worf tried to nail him with a steel chair, and what happens? Didn't affect him. Those three stooges booked it out of there, and Braun Strowman's chasing them. Meanwhile, Kathy Kelly interviewed Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan says she's going to show in her first steel cage match, show Becky Lynch why she is the champion. So, Judgment Day was strategizing for Strowman's situation. And Ricochet got clinically clear and was talking to Anna Pierce, who was checking up on him. He said he wants a match against Braun Breaker. He says, no, Braun Breaker's suspended. I'm not going to have you risk it. And then Ilya Dragunov interrupts them. And Dragunov, he says, you know what, something? You know, I want to face you. And Dragunov goes, no, you're not 100%. I want to face you on 100%. So, but then Ricochet says, I don't care. I'm going to fight. Make the match. You want it? It's official. So, Ricochet and Elliott Dragunov, they fought like men, and it was a great matchup until Braun Breaker, who was supposed to be freaky suspended, attacking both of them. Braun Breaker, my goodness. I can understand, are they trying to transform him to another Stone Cold Steve Austin? But I'll tell you one thing now, his viciousness is going to... I like to see him take on Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn, listen, here's a good stable. Chad Gable turns against Maxine Dupree, Otis, and Akira Tozawa. Here's a little scenario. Bring the Creed brothers in, and you want a power guy. Get Braun Breaker to be part of your stable. Then you got Ivy Nile. There's your new Alpha Academy like stable. Give it a brand new Diamond Mine. That's what I think. No, that could be Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong's gone from the WWE. He's in AEW. Stokely Hathaway, a.k.a. Malcolm Bivens, the love child of Charles Barkley and Gary Coleman, God rest Gary Coleman's soul, he's in AEW. I say this is a brand new Diamond Mine. This is the Diamond Mine that you want. Braun Breaker's your power guy. You got the Creed brothers. Ivy now, led by Chad Gable. That's it. So, if anybody can keep Braun Breaker to be calm, Chad Gable could be the guy to do it. I'm just saying. So, Braun Breaker attacked Ricochet, and then Pierce comes out, confronts and yells at Braun Breaker like a father to a child with a shoddy report card, as Mr. Pierce pulls it out. And then Captain Kelly was reporting while Pierce continues to yell at Breaker. James wants to help. He says, I'm fine, need a drink. So there's that. And then Awesome Truth was hanging out inside an ice cream truck. And he had The Miz dress up with a white shirt and tie. He goes, why are you doing just like this? Well, you're vanilla. I'm like, oh boy. And about to say something. And the New Day was like annoying Awesome Truth. Oh, you know what? And then Karrion Kross is trying to convince Xavier Woods to turn against Kofi Kingston. And I'm not reckoning 10 minutes of friendship. If you want to Toka and Razor, that was funny. I got that reference. Toka and Razor. Like Akam and Razor's Toka. Razor from the Ninja Turtles. Secret of the Ooze. I think it was part 2. I think it was. And I think there was a joke about that. I think in the WrestleMania joke. You see these guys at WrestleMania. So, anyways, and it was a crazy situation. And even Michael Cole's like, I got no words for R-Truth. R-Truth. R-Truth hiding in the ice cream truck reminds me of that scene from Cool Runnings when they sank a coffee in it. Remember? And making well, what you smoking? I'm not smoking. I'm breathing. It's not the humidity that can kill you. So I thought that was hilarious. The Creed brothers went up against the Authors of Pain. Speaking of the Creed brothers, they went up against the Authors of Pain. The Authors of Pain ended up winning the matchup because Scarlett decided to attack Ivy Nile because the Creed brothers were about to use the Brutus Ball. They got distracted. Akam and Razor took over, took advantage. AOP wins the matchup. If I were Awesome Truth, watch your backs. And then Rey Mysterio addresses Carlito. Sheamus arrives at the scene, and then JD McDonough was talking to Liv Morgan, I think, and then all of a sudden Strowman was chasing, or somebody was talking to Liv Morgan, and Strowman's chasing down JD McDonough. Sheamus was like, okay. And Sheamus addresses the Savannah crowd, because it took place in Savannah, and Ludwig Kaiser. And had it not been for him, I would have won the matchup. And then Ludwig Kaiser interrupts Sheamus, and Sheamus decided to go look for Kaiser. Kaiser decides to ambush Sheamus, and both of them brawl, and Pierce breaks it up. And they're going to be battling next week. Then Becky Lynch talks to Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria gets ready for her match against Kairi Sane. And he says, you keep going until I can't do it no more, or something like that. So I think Becky Lynch is kind of at a crossroads in her career. And Lyra Valkyria took on Kairi Sane. And heck of a matchup. Kairi Sane was about to go for, she went for a patented insane elbow, connected, but Lyra Valkyria ended up outsmarting Kairi Sane, ended up getting the 3 count on Kairi Sane, the former Mae Young Classic winner and former NXT Women's Champion, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So Lyra Valkyria has beaten the 3 active members of Damage Control. Asuka yet to face her because she's still hurt and injured. Judgment Day gathers at the clubhouse and says, what are you doing here? And so go find J.D. McDonough, deal with this Braun Strowman situation. You got it. We're going. And then Dominic Mysterio comes in and he goes, what were you doing last night? This Saturday night. He says, I'm trying to make sure that Becky has the title. I'll tell you one thing. You better fix this tonight or else I wouldn't be one in your shoes. Oh! Yeah, you don't want to make mommy mad, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens because that's the main event matchup. And then Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai arrived in Judgment in the Damage Control locker dressing room, and Io Sky was watching the whole thing happen. She was not very happy. She started screaming in Japanese, stomping a table, throwing down lamps, breaking, screaming at the top of her lungs. She's mad. Well, Judgment Day's got a Braun Strowman problem. Damage Control's got a Lyra Valkyria problem. And then the Savannah Bananas baseball team was in attendance, and they know wrestling because they had John Cena pitch for them one time. Savannah Bananas baseball team is like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. That's the Savannah Bananas. I think that was pretty cool. Make them a major league team. They probably could beat the Yankees. Anyways. Rey Mysterio went up against Carlito. And was a heck of a matchup. And then during the matchup, though, Finn Balor attacks Dragon Lee during the matchup. But it seems like to me... And then Mysterio ended up winning the matchup, but Damian Priest attacks Rey Mysterio after the match. So, I don't know what's up with the Judgment Day. You got Carlito wanting to help them, needing their help against the LWO. But then they got a Braun Strowman problem on top of that. What is with Judgment Day? When you have a guy as the World Heavyweight Champion, you're going to major bullseyeing it back. Trust me. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun Strowman decided to challenge Damian Priest for the title. But Damian Priest has already got Drew McIntyre to worry about at Clash at the Castle, and then you got Gunther on the horizon at SummerSlam. Meanwhile, Chad Gable talks to Akira Tozawa, Maxine Dupree, and Otis Rive. And Maxine Dupree, beautiful as she is, the poor woman did not deserve that verbal abuse by Chad Gable telling her she has 3 brain cells. Unbelievable. And poor Otis. I think Maxine Dupree's in love with Otis. And Otis is a good, kind guy, and he has a lot of fun. You're going to get it done, right? So Otis and Big Bronson Reed, you think a Big E special, big meaty man slapping me, heck of a matchup, but Bronson Reed ended up winning the matchup. Gable calls out the rest of the Alpha Academy to the ring, and he was about to whip Otis. Otis with the belt. Maxine Dupree prevented him from doing it. Kicks her out of the ring. Sami Zayn came out, tried to comfort Maxine Dupree. She's like, no. And then Sami Zayn, and then tries to motivate Otis, and then, but Gable wrecks him. Interrupts Gable. Tries to motivate Otis, but then Gable ends up attacking him. Kathy Kelly was interviewed. Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. They were calling out the new tag champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to defend those titles. Sonya Deville tries to interrupt Stark and Baszler. Says, "Listen, what do we want? We don't want your advice or anything." Then Albert Fire and Isla Dawn says, "Hey, did you guys beat any tag team?" So that Albert Fire and Isla Dawn may have something to say about the situation with the women's tag team titles. So, we'll see what happens. The women's world title in the steel cage main event, Liv Morgan defends against Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan ended up winning the match after Dominic got involved again. Balor and McDonough decided to tell, get your butt back here. He said, no, I'm helping Becky out. And he's trying to get Becky to get out of the ring. And then here comes Braun Strowman. He's done his freight train thing. Knocks Dominic into the gate where Becky was about to climb out. And the gate slammed into Becky's head. Liv Morgan took advantage. Ended up getting the pinfall. Liv Morgan retains the title. But then, here's the fun part. While Braun Strowman's chasing the two Irish lads in Carlito to the back, Liv confronts Dominic Mysterio. And guess what happened? She planted a big one on him. A lip lock kiss. Oh boy, I wonder how Rhea Ripley's going to react when she sees... She's probably watching that and probably going, she's trying to get into Rhea's head. I think when Rhea Ripley comes back, Liv Morgan is going to be in for a world of hurt. Trust me on that one. If Mommy wants her title back, and if I were Io Sky, I'd go after Rhea Ripley. Take your anger out on Rhea Ripley. That's what I would do. After you get done with the Lyra Valkyria situation, go after Rhea. You've done this once, Io, and you got the NXT title on top of that. This could happen, and you can achieve the Grand Slam champion. Let's go. Io for Grand Slam. That's what I'm saying. Io Sky for Grand Slam, man. And when Asuka comes back, let Asuka deal with the Lyra Valkyria. That's for sure. So, that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 1436 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. The Raw Event Center Wrestling Report from Memorial Day, May the 27th, 2024. Yesterday, the fallout from King and Queen of the Ring. Thank you for tuning in, and until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.